Thank you very much, Nikki, and thank all of you for being here at this extraordinary TED conference. It's amazing some of what I have seen so far and some of the speakers that have already addressed you. I am here, and I've traveled from America to talk about climate change. And for some of my European friends, I'm sure you may be saying, oh my God, there is an American who wants to talk about climate change. There are many Americans that are not only talking about climate change, but are acting to try to solve this tremendous problem that the world community is facing. In my opinion, it is the number one issue facing the world. It's not only about the environment, it's about our public health, it's about public safety, it's about nations' securities in terms of their economic and future security. And as I saw the images of those young people that were portrayed on the screen for us just a few moments ago, it's about our collective future as a world society. It's about their future, the future of our children and their children. For we only have this one planet. This is the place that we all live, work, and play. It's the place that we call home. And as of yesterday, the International Panel on Climate Change released their 5th report, saying now almost unequivocally that it is human causes that are impacting our climate. And I know that there are still many climate deniers out there throughout the world, certainly back home in America. There are a number of people that I deal with every day in my own legislative district that deny that we have a problem with climate change. But even if you look at this issue from an economic perspective, and by the way, those deniers would say that climate change, if you try to go to a clean energy future, you will essentially eliminate jobs. That's what I have been told time and time again. But as Ban Ki-moon stated just the other day, the heat is on, and now we must act. And I want to let you know, and the reason why I'm here, and I've accepted this invitation to be here today, is because I want you to know America is acting. Europe has taken a lead on this issue. You've been out there for a generation or two talking about this issue. And I know it can be difficult within the European Union to continue the efforts that you have been making as a European society. I can hear you in terms of what you have been saying to those of us in political leadership in America, and today I want you to hear me as one American telling you what we have been doing about this. Well, I won't show you, but I will tell you that in America, we have been working very, very hard to move forward. In the state of Massachusetts, here we go, we have a clean energy economy which is large and growing. We have invested significantly in this economy, not only to bring down greenhouse gas emissions to meet our goal, which, by the way, our goal is 25% below the 1990 levels by 2020. And we are on track today to meet 27% below the 1990 levels by 2020. But in the meantime, an amazing thing has happened. We are starting to create a whole new clean energy economy. 11.8% growth since 2012, over 24% growth since 2011. We've created over 5,557 new clean energy companies, creating jobs, creating a whole new clean energy future in Massachusetts. We've also seen the creation, and right now we need new jobs all over the world. We've seen 79,994 new clean energy jobs which have just been created in the last several years. That is truly, truly significant. And when you look at these figures, I'm sure that many of you are sitting there saying, you've got to be kidding me. I wasn't aware this was going on in Massachusetts. Well, it's not only Massachusetts. California, as a state, has been a leader in this area. Places like Washington State and Oregon, so many states within the United States are moving forward in this regard. We are now, in Massachusetts, #1 in the U.S. in terms of energy efficiency. We have seen a 6.7% clean energy job growth in 2011, and we have seen the job growth continue to skyrocket over the last several years, to the extent that we saw this 11.8% job growth this past fiscal year, and next year we're looking at an 11.1 expected job growth in this particular sector of our economy. That's when the rest of the economy is growing at about a 3% rate. Now, how have we done this? We've tried to combine our clean energy procurement from utilities, requiring utility companies to purchase clean energy, doing that with a renewable portfolio standard in our state. We've developed incentives for communities and residents and businesses. We've created cluster marketplaces within the energy community in not only in Massachusetts, but in the entire New England market. And we've invested in our clean energy infrastructure. We've also taken legislative action. So our government essentially has created a strategy within which business can move forward as long as they're moving forward along with the guidelines that we have established. We passed a bill called the Global Warming Solutions Act, which I'm proud to have been the author of, which again caps CO2 emissions up to 25% below the 1990 levels by 2020 and 80% by 2050. And as I told you earlier, we're on track to meet 27%. We passed an Oceans Management Act along the East Coast of America, along the Massachusetts border. We actually are zoning our oceans out 3 miles to see where we should and where we should not invest in clean energy alternatives in our ocean, offshore wind, tidal, wave, etc., and where we should make sure we're protecting our fisheries, our marine life, etc. We passed the Biofuels Act, the Green Jobs Act, a Green Communities Act, a regional greenhouse gas initiative, which includes many of the states along in the northeast of Massachusetts. All the northeast states are included. And that has made a significant difference. You have states like California and Delaware, Maine, Maryland, New Hampshire, New York, Rhode Island, and Vermont, just to name a few, both the Northeast states and the Mid-Atlantic states, that have come together and have moved forward to try to create a new clean energy economy. In the meantime, we've also seen tremendous involvement in these new technologies. This is a photo of the Wind Technology Testing Center in Boston, Massachusetts. It is the largest center of its kind in the U.S., one of the largest in the world, where we test the blades of these wind turbines. Also, we have a similar technology testing center in the southern part of the state that is underdeveloped. It's under development now. We've seen a recipe for innovation which has been developed here, where we have taken leading universities and research centers, combined with developing a skilled workforce in this particular area. We've taken our venture capitalists and those angel investors that are now coming to southeastern Massachusetts, coming to this part of North America to invest significantly in these new green technology companies. We've developed this entrepreneurial infrastructure, really, that has developed to create this exciting future. We have established a marketplace, as I mentioned before, for testing new clean energy projects in the Commonwealth. We've also seen a significant impact with some of these new technologies, whether it's PV installation in the United States, here in Massachusetts. In the U.S., nationally, it has started slowly, but it has picked up rapidly in recent years. As you can see, back in 2000, we had a very, very small investment in this particular sector, enough to power now some 1.3 million homes. By the end of 2013, Solar Energy Industries Association anticipates that more than 4,400 megawatts of PV capacity installed, about 938 megawatts of concentrated solar capacity will come online. In Massachusetts, we started with really a goal of installing 250 megawatts of solar power in the state, and we bypassed that. We had that for a 2017 goal. We've gone way beyond that. We've already reanalyzed our goal, and now we set a new goal for 1.6 gigawatts for 2020, because we've already exceeded the 250 megawatts that we had put on the drawing board. In Massachusetts, wind power has also increased significantly. If you look at wind, in 1999 projections, this is throughout America, U.S. wind capacity will reach 10 gigawatts by 2010. That was a projection. In reality now, the goal was met actually in 2006, and in 2010 we exceeded it by 4 times our estimates. When we look at what's happening in America, and this is really the message and the visual I would like you to be able to remember when you go to sleep tonight. When you close your eyes and you think about today, one thing I would like you to take from my talk is that America is working to resolve this issue and to eliminate the worst aspects of global climate change. It's not just Massachusetts, way up here on the right-hand side of the U.S. All of those states that are in green have renewable energy portfolio standards. They're working. They have climate plans. They're working on this issue. Our political system is not necessarily what you see taking place out of the National Congress all the time, because we have our political system working at the state level. Each state is moving forward with their own sense of leadership on this issue. And as a result, as you can see, you have these renewable portfolio goals that are set, the states that are in blue. All the green states already have in place renewable portfolio standards that are there. By sector, if you look over the last year, carbon management, we've seen not only carbon issue capped, and it's starting to drop and going the right direction, and that is down, but we're also seeing the jobs going up. For those deniers that say this is a job killer, it's exactly the opposite. It creates a whole new green energy future while we solve our environmental problem, our public health problem, our national security problem. We end up creating new jobs that are sorely needed right now. 19.7% jobs growth. In the energy efficiency sector, 15.9 job growth. In the renewable energy, 2.6. Alternative transportation, 2.9. And in a whole range of other areas, 26% job growth. We have seen significant increase in all of these areas. If you look at what has happened, as I said, with the EU and all of the work that all of you have been doing, you have led the way. You really have. You've led the way. There are new renewable technologies that are out there that are being deployed in different parts of the world, that are being deployed in the U.S. I urge you to continue that work. Do not back away from the work that you have been doing. We are literally at a tipping point. We will ensure a greener planet for all generations if we continue to work together. I ask you to join us as you have led the way. Let us work together for this great future that we can preserve for future generations. Don't give up the fight. We're winning it. We've joined you. We're going to protect this planet together. Thank you.